and welcome to the March 2020 readings. My name's Dylan R McCabe and I'd like to thank you all for being here. Thank you to everyone who has liked, commented and shared so far, and thank you to all of my subscribers as well. I really appreciate you all being here. So I'm recording this message as a general message before we get into the individual messages for the zodiac signs, because I wanted to talk a little bit about March in general, the energies as we move into March and as we come towards the end of March as well. We start off in Pisces and we end in Aries. And Aries comes about when we get to the spring equinox around the 20th, 21st of March. So this is a real sense of renewal, this is a new journey, this is a new beginning. And Pisces is the closing out of that journey, the closing out of that cycle. So you could see that as kind of merging with the all, all are one, and we're all connected, and it's this really expanded view of life, the world, of energy. And Pisces is very dreamy, very healing. It's a water sign, and it can be a little bit dreamlike, and maybe not quite as focused as we could be. So just keep that in mind. However, it's a nice time to dream big. So, and also to feel the connectedness as well around us, and to be able to connect with the energies around us and enjoy nature, particularly enjoy being near water. But then, we're going to move into Aries, which is very different. It's initiatory, it is fresh energy, like I said, and it's the creative spark, it's the initial kind of energy to get going on the next journey. So it makes me think of the Fool card in the tarot. So you get around to the World card at the end of the tarot journey, the Fool's journey, and then you start again, because the Fool is 0. In the deck he's 0, so he can go at the end or the beginning of the major arcana. So I feel like, in a way, this is kind of like Fool energy. It's the initial spark of adventure. Aries can be very adventurous. So yeah, in spring, really enjoy, or even autumn in the southern hemisphere actually, still enjoy that kind of Aries energy of this excitement for the journey. And it's also about the individual as well. So it's a really good time to tap into who you truly are authentically as yourself, and then start to build your confidence around that. So that's the general message for the beginning of the March 2020 readings, and I will now go into each astrological sign. I hope you enjoy your video for your sign, and I will speak to you all very soon. Hi Aquarius, welcome to your March 2020 reading. I'm Dylan R McCabe, and I'm going to check in with the energies for you for this month. And I've just been feeling into kind of messages that were coming through before I start drawing cards, and it feels like sometimes Aquarians are talked about as the aliens of the zodiac, being quite out there and different to other people, having a more kind of far out perspective, maybe just seeming a little different in your approach, and perhaps feeling quite different at times as well to the people around you. So what I felt like was, it's almost like a sense of you bringing in new ideas and bringing in new ways of being into form. For those of you who work with healing, what just came through is that you could be developing your own healing modality, or working in a different way within an existing healing modality. Yeah, there's like a flash of insight, feeling some really forward-thinking ideas, whether this is to do with your business or to do with projects or to do with relationships. I feel like you're going to be approaching things in a different way, in a way that other people might not understand as well, and that's what I'm getting this alien feeling from. It's almost as if some of the people around you don't really get where you're coming from at all, and you might seem like you're from a different planet, like you just don't speak each other's languages, and that's okay. But it is important to seek out those who do speak your language, and share your ideas with people who really really vibe with what you want to create as well. Yeah, I'm going to draw some cards and we'll see what comes out. Yeah. Make sure you can see me drawing the cards. Okay, interesting. Okay, so we've got the Judgment card, and this does feel like a change of energy for you. Yeah, this flash of insight feeling is coming through like a message, like, you know, like the angel from God comes down and gives you this message, and there's almost like an epiphany. And I feel like this is coming around because you've been evaluating, you know, what it is that you stand for. That's what just came through then, because I see these people being raised from the dead, and they're actually standing, and it's what they stand for. That's what's coming through. So something that you're creating, or the ideas that you're having, really, it feels as though it's something to do with what you're passionate about, what you stand for, and you're starting to feel into more and more of what your core beliefs are, your core values, what you want to stand for, what you want to be connected with, the kind of communities that you want to engage with, the kind of people that you want to share ideas with. And it does feel that there are a lot of people in this card, and it does feel as though there's a real community kind of vibe around the energy of this card for this reading. There's a message as well that you can put out there, whether it be through social media, or, you know, making videos, or even, you know, holding face-to-face classes or courses. There's actually a message that you are meant to be passing on to other people right now. And if that seems like a lot of pressure to set something up, or to feel that you have to put something out there, just being yourself is enough as well. So whenever you come into contact with someone who is perhaps feeling stuck, feeling lethargic, feeling listless, not really engaging with life, or feeling a sense of hope, you can kind of breeze into people's lives, that's what it feels like, and change their viewpoint. So, like, even just simple conversations on the bus, or waiting in line when you're buying your food shopping, or, you know, wherever you are, a walk in the park, and you bump into someone and you get talking and you're able to shift their viewpoint. That's a really, really good Aquarian energy as well. I can feel that that's, you know, that kind of communication, that mental clarity, that being able to shift perception as well, and come up with new ideas, and be somewhat of a messenger for the new age in a way. And, you know, we often talk about the age of Aquarius, which we're still moving into, and that we're heading towards, but the way that we create these this world that we're all wanting to live in, you know, we have this utopian kind of idea of where we want to be. The way that we do that is by creating that on a day-to-day basis for ourselves, and spreading that out to the people around us, and it's a ripple effect. So that's what I'm really feeling from this card. It feels as though just by being yourself, there are some messages that you can really pass on this month to other people. People that really need to hear either your story or your perspective. And yeah, it feels like really good energy for that. So the next two cards are the Knight and the King of Cups. So the first thing I'm noticing here is got the wings on the Knight's helmet. Now this makes me think of Mercury, and then makes me think of Mercury retrograde, which we are in as we move into March. And also, it's Mercury retrograde in Pisces. So we have a water card here, an emotions card, very connected to Piscean energy. Yeah, again, it's these messages. It feels as though the messages that you're bringing forward to people are really based in love. They're very heart-based messages. They are messages that people need to hear. And also, it's a good idea to, you know, check in with what kind of message are you putting out into the world, just by the way that you behave or the way that you are, the way that you speak to people. Because in Mercury retrograde we can review energy, we can review where we are, we can reevaluate, and just feel into, what kind of, how are you loving, how are you expressing love, how are you receiving love, how is that working for you so far? Do you need to maybe relax a little bit more? And although you definitely need boundaries, can you kind of just take your guard down a little bit? It's there's a fine line between boundaries and walls, so we all need boundaries in order to love in a healthy way and to be able to connect with people in a healthy way, really. But then if we become fearful at any point because of events in our lives, the way things have gone in the past, and we start to build walls, then we're cutting people off. And not only that, but we're stopping ourselves from receiving love as well. So if that's been a theme in your life, then this is a really good time to review that and just check in with your energy and just ask yourself where you can loosen a little bit and where you need to build a little bit. But it feels like, because of the wings here being connected to Mercury, it feels like a good time for you to be doing that. And now we have the King of Cups. Now he is the master of his emotions. So again, I do feel these cards definitely go together. And there's a progression here. So from this evaluation that you'll be doing, this will then stand you in good stead to be more emotionally stable, being able to I'm going to say control your emotions, but be the master of your emotions rather than them running the show. It feels like they're both very focused. They both look, well, the king looks more serious than the knight. There needs to be real focus on these areas of your life now, Aquarius. It feels like it's kind of not make or break, because that sounds quite dramatic, but it's a time in your life where you need to find clarity around why it is that you're here, or what it is that you're doing, or what it is that you're contributing or offering. Really look into your worth. Like, what are you bringing through? Your innate gifts and qualities, like these qualities where you can bump into someone in the street and have a conversation with them, and it turns out to be a healing experience for them, but also for you. It's like this natural flow movement, rather than having to try to engineer a purpose in life, or that your purpose has to be connected to your career or connected to your work, or your purpose has to be attached to something outside of yourself. Actually, maybe your purpose is just being you and taking that you out into the world and seeing the effect that it has on other people. Now I'm getting as well, because these cards are connected with emotions and there's a lot of water, a lot of flow. I am feeling something around energy healing, so either if you feel that you need to go and experience something like Reiki, any kind of energy healing that can help you to move through this time and bring you a sense of soothing. I feel like there's some soothing needed as well. There's a definite Piscean energy coming through, which Pisces is the sign that comes after yours in the zodiac, so it feels as though some of that is coming into your life, and especially since we're moving into Pisces season, it will be in March, and also Mercury retrograde in Pisces as well. I feel it would be really, really good for you to tap into this Piscean energy and allow yourself to flow and allow yourself to be this messenger that just simply is and teaches simply by being. So yeah, that feels like most of the message has come through now for March 2020. There's a lot of blue, definitely a lot of blue in these cards, so there's a definite element of communication, flow, Piscean energy, healing, messages, again, you know, Mercury and the message from the angel as well. Yeah, you can be a firm foundation, a kind of grounded presence in people's lives when it comes to emotions. That's what this feels like, and people are going to really appreciate that, because they might not feel as stable, and you are able to, yeah, give them a place to anchor to, I guess, with having boundaries. So I think that's why the boundaries is coming up. You can be a safe haven for people, but just make sure that you are not taking on other people's emotions. That's the final message. So thank you so much for watching this month, Aquarius. I hope you have a great month. And if you'd like to contact me, book in for any of my services, or just check me out on social media, the links are below. And you can also catch up with me on Patreon, where you can join up and you get exclusive content every week. And hoping to build a little community over there where people can come together and share. So thank you very much, and I will speak to you all next month. Take good care of yourselves. Peace.